Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If there is one mistake which the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto ever committed, was to merge URP with the TNA to form Jubilee Party. URP was already a brand. It was already big. And URP had its identity. And it was associated with the Deputy President William Ruto. Everything about URP was William Samoei Ruto. In fact, I remember Alfred Keter, the Nandi Hills member of parliament, and former governor Isaac Ruto warning the deputy president against that move. But the deputy president also had a different idea, which to some extent, largely, I agree with him. URP alone could not make William Ruto the president. For William Ruto to become the president of the Republic of Kenya, he needed, first and foremost, the URP and then the support from the Kikuyu nation or from the larger Mount Kenya region. The larger Mount Kenya region had a party called TNA. So today, as we speak in this country, if Ruto had not agreed to merge TNA with Jubilee, it means we'd be talking of two different political parties. So there was no way the deputy president was going to control, for example, the nominations process in TNA. And that's why today, after merging Jubilee and after merging URP and TNA to form Jubilee, William Ruto was able to take charge of the politics of the larger Mount Kenya region. Again, he was right. So, as we know today in this country, the deputy president has formed another political party called the United Democratic Alliance Party. United Democratic Alliance Party is not a new party. Originally, it was called the PDR, majorly found in the northeastern province. These guys never wanted anything to do with Jubilee, but again, Jubilee needed them. So they agreed to sponsor most of the candidates on this ticket. And that's how they have, I think, a governor, and they have a senator, and they have a few members of parliament here and there. So for them, they were not part of Jubilee as a political party, as a part of those 14 parties which merged to form Jubilee. They were independent, but entered into a coalition agreement with Jubilee for the purposes of 2022 general election. So this party is currently the UDA. The original owners of this party are demanding back their party. They want UDA to change ownership to the original owners. So in this video today, I want us to look at the objectives which these guys want to achieve. Because we all know that, as a matter of fact, between now and 2017, nothing much. And even if the DP were to leave UDA and forms another political party, that party will still be as powerful as the UDA. And the UDA, even if it were to be handed over to those guys, will not achieve anything, politically speaking. But there are several questions which are being asked. Why the DP opted to go for a political party which was already in existence? Because most people believe that the best strategy for him would have been to form a new political party. Because it's not the first time a political party is being taken away from the DP. For those who remember the United Democratic Movement, UDM of Arap Kirwa, William Ruto took that party, popularized it, then the owners just took it away from him. And that's how he ended up forming the URP. So the people are asking, why couldn't he just form another political party? Because he has people. You know, as long as you have people, you can move. You can even call a political party Cheth Ponda, and people will join that party. But the DP could not just do that because of two reasons. Number one, William Ruto is the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. elected on a ticket with President Uhuru Mugai Kenyatta. If he was to associate with another political party, which is not part of Jubilee, that was going to give him problems. So to avoid that, they went for this party which had a pact with Jubilee. So they used to tell everybody who cared that UDA is a coalition partner with Jubilee. So that in a way protected the deputy president from anything which anybody might have applied. Because I'm sure someone would have gone to courts and questioned why the DP is still the DP while associating with another political party. But now if you raise that question, they'll answer that that party has a coalition agreement with Jubilee. Number two is about Jubilee coalition. This party is part and parcel of Jubilee coalition. So it was easy for them. In fact, when they were making the change of names, nobody had anticipated that William Ruto was the one doing these things. Because they had always tried forming this party, being exposed, being thwarted. So he opted for a change of name. Nobody anticipated what was happening. And before Kenyans knew, these guys had actually changed the name of this party from PDR to UDA. So because of that coalition, that's why. The third thing he was trying to do is was to thwart any attempt by the government, to frustrate their new political party. So recently, the original chairman of this party, Mohamed Abdi Nuh. Let me ask you, what is the other name of Junet Mohamed? Mohamed Nuh. So Mohamed Abdi Nuh, who is the original chairman of this party, wrote an affidavit to the political parties tribunal and is saying that the takeover of this party was illegal and was done in unconstitutional manner. That the former Secretary General of this party, who was suspended, called for a meeting. You know, this guy had been suspended by this party, called for a meeting. And it is this meeting that sanctioned the name, that sanctioned the change of name from PDR to UDA. So it's making one prayer to the political parties tribunal that they want to change the ownership back to the original. We're in a country where we know anything is possible. I don't want to rule out the possibility of these guys succeeding in taking control of this particular party. But the question is, what is their objective? I want to make a request to you guys, for those watching this channel again for the first time, to take a second or two, click subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. And by the way, you can now join and become part of channel membership. It's free, it's joining $1 per month, $1.5. I mean, most of you guys can do that. So please, if you want to support this channel in your way, just do that. Now, let me tell you the objective of doing this. Because one thing I know, there is a hand behind this move. This guy cannot just wake up one day to demand that. There must be an objective. There is someone somewhere who went and reached out to this guy and told this guy that go and demand the takeover of this party again. But what was the objective? In my view, only four objectives, which are almost closely related. Number one, we know that William Ruto and his party are planning to engineer mass exodus from Jubilee Party to the new political party called the UDA. I want to ask you a simple question. Do you think that can happen if there is a court process on the possibility of, after making that move, then these guys take over the control of this party? So in my view, the main objective of these schemes is to thwart the intended mass defection, which is being engineered. I think it should happen sometime in November. So this thing being in court will drag. So by the time the November will be reaching, probably it will be still in court. So William Ruto will try and apply the wait and see attitude. But ultimately, they shall have succeeded in thwarting that intended mass defection from Jubilee Party. That's number one. Number two, I think these guys just want to disorient the hustler nation. This group have already identified themselves with the United Democratic Alliance Party. If you travel this country, especially in their stronghold in Rift Valley, so many buildings have already been branded UDA. Wheelbarrow, you find them hoisting a huge wheelbarrow somewhere at the top there. So they've already identified themselves with this party and with the party colors. If you take this party away from them, how do you think they will behave? They will be disoriented. They will be disorganized. They will be confused. So which means they will have to go back to the drawing board and figure out. Number three, I also think that it's also a strategy to scare away potential aspirants. When a party is strong, it attracts most aspirants. UDA is a very strong political party as we speak. So many aspirants are planning to run on that ticket. Now, tell me, do you think an aspirant can invest his money to identify with a party which they even don't know the ownership, the real ownership? So most of these aspirants will be scared, especially those who are not coming from the larger Rift Valley and the larger Mount Kenya region. They'll be scared away from pursuing their interest in this party. So basically most of them will say, okay, let us wait and see until such a time when this issue of ownership is resolved. Number four, it could be just blackmail. You took away our party. Now we are with you. It's the right time. So that the DP can call them and they'll agree that this is it. Hata kama ni brown envelope, or if they'll be assured of certain positions within the party, nomination slots. But because again, I know it will be very difficult for Ruto to agree to lose UDA. And lastly, it's about 2022. Is someone trying to frustrate William Ruto's bid for the presidency in 2022? Because he has invested heavily. If there's one guy who has really suffered, in my view, in this country, politically speaking, is William Ruto. This guy was promised the presidency, kumi, that was betrayed. Even if he was betrayed, he was told that we are going to run under Jubilee. And he invested heavily in making Jubilee a political party. In fact, there was a time the deputy president spoke very bitterly on national television during an interview with, I think, Ken Mijungo, very bitterly on how he invested heavily in Jubilee. And then despite that, that party is not being controlled by Rafael Tojo and Murade. It's very sad that William Ruto was kicked out of Pangani, Jubilee Party headquarters, despite investing. And who kicked him out? Rafael Tojo. And who? David Murade. So it's very bitter. They invested heavily in this. And he knew that 2022, we are going to use this party. So that party is gone. Then he goes ahead, forms another political party. Okay, makes attempts to form new political parties. All those thwarted. Then he succeeds in changing a name of a political party. Before people knew, he changed the leadership of that party. And before people knew that party, he took it over. Again, some people are coming to say, okay, that's not the case. This party is ours. So this guy is really frustrated. And the truth of the matter, all those are happening because of 2022 general election. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Again, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please I want you to take a a second or two, click subscribe button so that next time you produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. I want to ask you to have a good day, have prayers. I know so many parents are taking their kids to school. I went to buy a book for my kid. I just thought I would just walk in. He requested me to buy for him a textbook, just one for his revision here. When I went, the queues were just so long, and I was surprised that schools are already opening. So guys, let's do this. Pray for those who are taking their kids to school. It's not been easy. It's very, very expensive, and it's also very hard for everybody in this country, including me, including you, every other person, apart from those who are stealing from government resources. And for those, I think we need to pray for them to change or to suffer. Bye-bye.